every day. Honestly, I guess it's late in the evenings because it's Instagram, Facebook, tagging us. That's the feed, guys. It's pretty simple. We don't ask for much. We should move on to a next program type of mentality. We could be like, you know what, I'm going to put this on pause and kind of go live for like a couple of months and then it's all like tough love, brotherly love. No, we just want to take a quick break.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode in the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. So we took a little bit of a break, I would say close to 2 weeks of not doing any of these solo round discussions. I got to say, I just kind of got tired of, seeing Chris's face and talking to him about different topics.
I get tired of the original question, how you been, or what's new. I'm just like...
I'm just kidding, guys. It's all like tough love, brotherly love. But no, we just want to take a quick break on that and just even do some like roundups and stuff and get another couple interviews in too. We have coming for you guys in the future with some amazing people. So yeah, we're back here today. So hopefully you guys are doing well on this Friday. And actually it's not Friday. It's going to be, yes, it is going to be Friday. Jeez, that's where my mind's at right now. But
this Friday?
No, the next Friday.
Oh,
yeah, so
it's not good.
I know. But hopefully you guys are doing well out there and staying blessed and everything. So what's it called? Before we get into today's episode, I want to just, again, remind you guys about the quick fee. It's not a monetary fee. It's actually just, showing us some love, helping us out, and just doing, a rating and review. It's that simple. Sharing it out to people, sharing it out on Instagram, Facebook, tagging us. That's the fee, guys. It's pretty simple. We don't ask for much. We show up every single week for you guys and deliver value. So it's a simple value exchange. So we really appreciate that. If you're not satisfied with this episode or other episodes, that's cool too. I mean, we appreciate the tough love and how to improve, and you guys don't have to pay the fee.
Yeah, you guys don't have to do a full-on Facebook and Instagram post with a picture or anything like that on your guys' feed, mess up that grid. We're talking about just like a little story screenshot. That's about it.
Yeah,
nothing too crazy.
Yep.
All right, man. So let's kind of jump into this. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about 3 things you have to have to win in business and life. Okay.
Right.
Now the reason why I want to talk about this is if we kind of back it up. This is for new listeners too, and I'm sure there's original loyal listeners, which we greatly appreciate, that they know that we've been in this game for about 12 years now. It's a decent amount of time, but it's not a long amount of time. There's people that have been in the game for 20 years plus. You know what I mean? So I don't know everything. I'll never know anything. I'm always under construction.
You'll never know anything. Nothing.
No, I meant I'll never know everything. I thought I said that, but I guess not. Sometimes I talk.
It's late in the evenings because Chris needs some coffee.
Yeah. But I'm under construction as an entrepreneur, and I'm a constant learner every single day too. You know what I mean? But 12 years of entrepreneurship, making tons of mistakes that we've made in the past, and having coaches, mentors, been in masterminds, courses, whatever you want to call it, right? We have some wisdom to be able to pass down to you, the listener, to where it's like, these 3 things can help you, win in business and life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's kind of jump into this, right? The very first thing that you need to have is kind of the don't quit mentality, right? Because it's so easy to quit these days, as an entrepreneur, in your business and life too, But let me just kind of hit on the context of business. I've seen this a lot too. I have, like with our students, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but, if there's one piece of adversity, right? If there's one thing that doesn't go right, if there's even sometimes a social media post that doesn't go the way they want, if there's a sales call that doesn't go the way they want, there's one little piece of adverse situation that comes up in anybody's kind of business, they feel like they have to quit. They feel like it's a sense of failure, right? And
when we say quit, like, does that mean completely just throw in the towel?
Well,
like
we can take it any
move on
ways.
to a different profession or something?
Yeah, it could be a lot of different types of quitting. It could be completely quitting, right? And just being like, I'm not cut out for this entrepreneurship type of thing. It could be to where it's like, oh, like I'm going to move on to a next program type of a mentality.
Okay.
It could be like, you know what, I'm going to put this on pause and kind of go hide for like a couple of months and then kind of come back out of like the rock that I'm hiding under, you know. So it could be a lot of different kind of quitting forms. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
really, the thing is, it's quitting, right? When you get hit with some sort of piece of adversity, or you make a mistake, or you have some sort of failure, or anything like that, you know. And you can't afford to quit, though. You know, that's the thing, because what is the other alternative, right? Usually you're going to go back to either like the job that you hated, right? Or B, you're going to go back to always talking about what you want to do instead of actually like, you know, taking that L, that loss with the quitting and just kind of learning from it and moving on, right? So those are basically your two options right there. And, you know, would you rather sit there and, you know, completely just like throw in the towel and move on? Or would you rather just sit there and grind it through and be like, hey, I'm going to take this L and I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to be better, not make the same mistake twice, right? And just do that as an entrepreneur, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. And then I mean, I could attest to that too. I mean, like just 12 years in, right? It's like you're going to, it's almost inevitable to not have that type of feeling where you want to quit, you know, being 12 years into this. And just take it from us, guys, that's a lot of years. That's a lot of miles. That's a lot of sets and reps, but it's still not comparable to a lot of other people's journeys that are super, uber successful. But yeah, there's been plenty of times where I want to just be like, man, like, why am I doing this?
Absolutely.
Like, how much more could I take? How much more getting punched in the face and getting back up can I take? Like, how much shit can I eat? This and that type of thing. And to where it's like, at the same time, I see it as to where it's like, it's almost like a sense of entitlement mentality.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that.
And instant gratification.
Exactly.
You know?
And I've definitely been guilty of that. And you just have to check yourself with that. You have to ground yourself. You have to have humility. You have to have that student mindset. You have to be around a community. You have to have coaches, mentors, good groups of people, right? Where you're learning through osmosis to where they're going to be like, hey, like, don't think like that. That's not the right attitude.
Yeah. And just really kind of wrap this up, there's two things like when it comes to quitting, right? They'll look at it as failure, right? And there's two kind of misconceptions with failures.
Yeah.
The very first one is people think they can avoid failure, right? And you can't avoid failure. It's going to happen. It's just part of the entrepreneur roller coaster or ride or journey or the process, whatever you want to call it. You're not going to avoid failure, okay? The second thing is, again, they think that if they do fail, that is like the end of the world, their business is done, they're done, you know, and then they go into that quitting mentality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue into number two,
Yeah.
right? Within the three things you have to do to win in business and life, and that's don't make the same mistakes twice.
Yeah.
And like you said, right? I mean, you can't really avoid failure. And let's say it is failure, but to me, it's more like a learning lesson.
Yeah.
Lessons learned. It's just like, don't make that same mistake or that same failure twice.
Okay.
I mean, because that's pretty foolish, right? It's like you fail or make a huge mistake that could potentially just put you out of the game, or
I know, my bad. I know you're probably like, dude, why did you do that? Just really quick, and we'll be back to that video. I just want you to join our free Facebook group community for health and fitness coaches looking to get more online clients. So just click the link below in the description box, join it absolutely free. We got some cool stuff in there, a lot of videos, do live trainings every couple of months on there. And we got some cool freebies on there. So just make sure to click the link below, join our free Facebook group for health and fitness coaches that want to level up and get more online clients to create more income, impact, influence, independence. Back to the video.
just completely destroy your ego, just or self-worth, everything, right? To where you just, that's it, you're done. So it's like you just learn from that, and it's just like, that's a huge one. It's like, why would you make the same mistake? Like, if you really think about it, it's almost like it's the dumbest like type of like thing you could do. And I don't think I have like the right words for it, because it's like, it's like dumb. Like, why would you make the same mistake twice?
Yeah, like two analogies, right? Like, it's like if there's a stove that's hot and like you touch the stove, it's like you learn that lesson, right? You don't do that again. Why would you sit there and touch the stove again, right?
Yeah.
Another real example, like for us, what we did when we were doing dynamic duo training, I think it was like 2016. We were like ready to sit there and start doing some paid advertisement on Facebook, right? And this is our mistake, is we just completely took the disposable income and just hired a media buying company, right, to run all the ads, do everything and take it off of our hands. But we didn't do any research ourselves on the media buyers. And the second thing is we didn't learn any of the basic fundamental things about Facebook ads, copywriting, like ad creatives, campaigns, all that stuff. I'm not saying you have to be an expert at Facebook ads or anything like that, but you have to know some fundamental stuff, because then you're going to make that same mistake we did, to where we didn't get taken advantage, But we weren't on the same page, the communication was off, and it was mainly our fault because we didn't have the knowledge or the tools to be able to communicate that with them, you know? So again, that's the mistake we made, and it was a costly mistake, about $10,000, but again, we never made that mistake again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And just kind of to go back to the first one on this, was just don't quit. I think the ultimate form of failure, if there is a failure, is quitting. That's the absolutely worst form, because
you have to live with that shit.
Absolutely. It's always going to be that what if, the regret of not just having a little bit more grit, not testing yourself, not like really just plowing through that mountain, seeing at the top of that mountain that there is light, that you can sit there and climb that mountain just little by little, just inch by inch. So
yeah, I don't care, like, you know, honestly, like how tough you are, or just like, you know, how positive you are, how many like self-help books you read. Like if you quit on like a real huge aspiration or dream or goal that you want, that shit will eat you up. You will think about that.
Sure.
You know, you
Absolutely.
will. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So number 3.
Okay. Yeah. Number 3, to win in business and life is it's faith and belief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Eric kind of talk a little bit more about faith, but let me start with kind of belief, right? Because I think, you know, first you have to believe in yourself in order to have like that faith as well too, you know? That's just my opinion though. But in this game of like entrepreneurship and in life as well too, like if you don't have like self-belief in yourself, like understanding that you have a true gift, you know, and you have a true, what our pastor Keith talks about, you know, a unique fingerprint, right? What does he have with the divine fingerprint?
Divine fingerprint.
Yeah, everybody has a unique divine fingerprint, right? And that's your gifts, that's your talents, right? That you can unlock in the world. That's something that can't be replicated by anybody else, right? So if you don't believe and really understand that you have this unique gift and talent to be able to share with the world, right? And I'll give you an example because we work with health and fitness coaches. I always tell them this, that if you don't believe that you as a health and fitness coach have something unique in your story as a gift or a talent to be able to help people out, right? And have them have that identity change or get them out of pain, right? Or transform their lives, right? Then that's the first thing you have to work on, right? Because if you don't have belief in yourself and you don't have that certainty in yourself to be able to help them out with your gifts and talents, man, you know, you can do all these X's and O's, you know, tactics and strategies and stuff like that, but it will catch up to you. You
know?
And
it does go hand in hand with faith, because both of these are so important, because we're speaking the context from the inner world, right? Mastering your inner world, which mm-hmm. is your mind, body, soul, heart, whatever you want to call it. Right. It's like if you can't sit there and master those things and have faith in those things, then nothing else really matters, right? Because you're going to get hit with adversity. You're going to have, you know, your limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, comparison syndrome, fear of failure, fear of getting started, a scarce money mindset, poverty mindset, right? Yeah. That's all going to happen. But it's like, if you don't have some form of faith in yourself, if you're not seeing this from like a higher power, if you're not having faith that you're serving other people, that you're creating this amazing this amazing movement to help other people with your God-given talents, then it doesn't work. And most people, they fail in business in life because they make business and life about themselves. Right. They truly do. It's not about them. It's about helping other people. It's about honestly doing it God's way. Yeah. Right. That's just what I truly believe. Otherwise, it's just you're being very self-righteous and thinking that it's just this life is about you, that this business is about you, and frankly, it's really not. And if you have that mindset, attitude, and you keep doing that, I promise you, you're going to get knocked down very, very hard. You're not going to have the faith to sit there and get through it. And it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a really brutal journey to where you're just going to want to quit. So yeah. the sooner we can sit there and develop some form of faith, right? And I'm not pushing you guys to any direction. Like, faith is a lot of different forms, but
exactly. Yeah.
You guys have to acquire that faith and belief. And I would even say, to add into this one, resiliency. Yeah. Right? That's a huge one. If you don't have the emotional resiliency to really overcome all this stuff, then it's going to be game over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys, so that's kind of like what the 3 things were that you need to have to win in business and life. And again, it's the don't quit mentality. It's don't make the same mistakes twice, and have faith and belief. And like Eric said, have resiliency. And the thing is, if you always keep these 3 things in mind, the only thing that can really stop you is like time, right? Running out of time, right? Or death. You know what I mean? So just keep those 3 things in mind, and just understand that, you know, if you don't quit, you don't make the same mistakes twice, you have faith, belief, and resiliency. 9 out of 10 times you probably will be okay in this game of entrepreneurship, and you will be successful in life, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So the next thing is, if you guys want access to, we're actually giving away this high ticket sales script for online health and fitness coaches, right? So it's called a swipe and deploy, our high ticket sales script that converts over 80% of your prospects for a 2K online program. Whoo! Talk about copywriting city on that one, that catchy long title right there.
Are those your skills?
Man, let's say it's like half and half my skills, and then another amigo. Can't say his name. But this is a really cool sales script, and it's an overview video as well too, and it helps you, the health and fitness coaches, really understand what your worth is, right? And for you, again, go back to this, to have faith and belief in yourself to be able to charge $2,000 for an online transformation program, right? So there's a script on there, and there's a video overview that walks through it, and it's pure value, and it can really help you out. So if you're interested in that, go to our Instagram and check it out in our link tree, or if you guys want to grab it really quick right now, you guys are near a laptop, it's at dynamicfitpros.com/HT offer. So dynamicfitpros.com/HT offer.
Yeah, so go take advantage of that now.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, just check out the link below.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we appreciate your time, your ears, and hopefully these 3 things you have to win in business and life have been helpful. Please help us share this out, and if you guys want to give us feedback on this, we're always open to hear your guys' thoughts. So once again, thank you guys so much. Have a great Friday and blessed weekend, and talk to you guys on the next episode.